Hey there YouTube fans, AC Productions here, and today we're going to be doing an in-depth review of the new race style fairings that I got just recently. And now here is the, I would say this is the right side. So let's go ahead and let's take a closer look at the race fairings and check out the quality and the craftsmanship that went into this fairing. I was really surprised on the way they packaged it compared to my other race fairings that I had bought. The other race fairings I bought, they looked like in a box that wasn't even meant for them. They were packaged very lightly and very poorly, I would say. And they even came damaged. And if you saw that video, I'll have a little tab up here on the top corner for you to check out that video about those race fairings. But let's get to this one. Now, off the bat, you could tell right away it has really good finish to it. And this is a flat matte black finish. And this is, I would say, this is a not painted fairing, just because that's the way I ordered it, because I am going to be painting these fairings. And pretty much all the other parts that I had ordered, I'm going to be painting those at the custom color that I'm thinking of, which will be a candy apple red. That'll be for a very future video. All right, so let's get into it. So right off the bat, you can already tell the craftsmanship. It looks really good. I don't see any imperfections yet, as you could tell. Let's see. So far, everything's looking good. The quality is pretty thick on this material. I would say it's like a fiberglass material. Here's the side vent of how it's going to look like on the bike. This is going to be the bottom portion of it. Over here, it looks like there was going to be some holes, but I think they're epoxy or whatever they used kind of sealed up the hole. But that's okay. That's not a big deal as long as there's an indentation for a screw to go in there. We'll see that as soon as we install it on the bike, which will not be in this video. This one is just going to be a review of this fairing. Over here, it looks like there seems to be some kind of a little scuff mark, but that's okay. There's no indentation, so I think as soon as I paint it, you're not going to even see that at all. So that's not a big deal. Over here, it looks like their resin or something started going into the hole over here, but that's okay. That's not a big deal either. Over here, there seems to be another little scuff mark. But again, these scuff marks are nothing compared to that other fairing that I had. Over here, there's like an indentation for, I'm not sure what goes there. We'll see that when we get it on the bike. There seems to be another little imperfection here. As you can see, another hole over here. It looks like it was supposed to be a hole, but I think that, like I said, the epoxy or something started covering that area. A little bit over here on this side. Let's go to the back, and same thing on this one. It just looks like the epoxy that they used kind of went into that area and kind of just dried, but that's okay. Like I said, we could always make that hole at a later time. All right, so now let's flip this fairing over and let's see how it's constructed on the other side. Also on the back here, it's like folded over, as you can see, and it looks like it seems to be a fiberglass material that they used to make this side fairing. Here's the close-up. Let's go over to the other side here. So it is all fiberglass, and whatever type of epoxy resin they use to keep its shape, and it's very sturdy. It doesn't flex at all, not unless I really make it flex, but other than that, I would say it's a very sturdy fairing. Now let's, just for the heck of it, don't mind these marks now because these are just my fingerprints now. Let's actually take out that other fairing, that junk fairing I had, just for a very quick comparison between the two. Alright, so here is, I still have that garbage fairing just because I did not return it, because it would just cost me more to return it than it was really worth it. But I did get my money back from it. So yeah, so let's just take a quick comparison on this one compared to the really good quality one. And you can already see off the bat, this one is more like of a rectangle style shape or something. Has this part, I think, part where the exhaust or whatnot would be over here for the pipe, but it didn't even match up anyway. And over here you could see this one has more of a curve to it. This one's more of an angular style. Over here it looks like this was cut at an angle, not correct. This one's more straight. The pieces over here, especially over here, it's a very thin, kind of poking out, and over here it's not. This one's more thicker and it's short. This part's a point over here, and this one over here is not. And then when we get to the vent over here, if we could turn this off to the side, the vent, it's kind of almost similar, but I would say this one is a lot better, you know, design compared to this one. As you could already see the imperfections of it. And yeah, I would say that it doesn't compare at all. Oh, and one more big thing that you could see between the two side fairings, let me put that off to the side, is that this cheap China one has this big cutout for I have no idea what reason. There is nothing underneath our bike that would need this big cutout. Unlike this one is a straight across. There is no cutout whatsoever. So that's the difference between this cheap China crap and this really good quality side fairing. So now that we oh yeah, and then before I forget, as you can see on the back end of this one, the cheap China one, you can see they use some kind of mesh matting material, and this is like a really thin. You can see how thin it is over here. You can see how thin this fairing is compared to this one. So you can see they just kind of put some matting material and some glue or whatever to make this. So very crappy quality. So that's that. So let me compare that to this one. Then as you could see, let me flip it over without damaging it. You can already see how thick this one is over here. You could even see right here it's how thick it is over here compared to that paper thin one. Alright, so now let me grab the other fairing and let's take a look at that one. Alright, so here's the other side fairing. Let's take a close-up look at it. There seems to be some marks here, but I'm thinking that's probably, I don't know, it's not scratches or anything. I don't know if you guys see this in the camera. Some kind of designs or something. Yeah, you can see it a little bit, but like I said, when you run your hand over it, doesn't seem to have any indentation like scratches or anything. Alright, so let's continue on here. There's more of those markings, but again, like I said, it's going to be painted, so that's not a big deal. Over here it's good. No scratches. Oh, there seems to be a little mark right here. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it could be when I was unwrapping it, I could have caused that myself. Nothing to do with the manufacturer. Let's go over here. The tabs looking good. Really thick tabs here. Design has like this nice little curvature area for where the engine part is. Over here too, nice little indentation here. Pretty good. The vent looks like in really good condition, as you can see. Let's check the bottom. All right, the bottom seems to have this like little weird curve or this little indentation. I'm not sure if that's going to correspond with the other piece. Maybe that piece goes in here, but we'll see when we install it. So besides that part, let's go up to over here. It's looking good at the bottom, and then there's the same thing on this end over here. There's no hole in it, it's just like a little curved indentation there. Alright, well, let's flip this guy over and see how the other side looks. Again, it's a fiberglass material, and here's that little folded area here. So far really good, and it does have a little bit of a weight to it compared to those other Chinese cheap ones. So this does have a good weight to it, good feel to it, I would say. Alright, so this one didn't have that much of anything really, so this one's in really good shape. Next would be to look, the next video was going to be on how to install these fairings onto the R3. Alright, so that pretty much concludes our in-depth review of these side race fairings. There's also another style of race fairing from this company. It looks like this. It has a little bit of a different design. So I think those are the two design fairings he has from this company. So if either you wanted to get this one that has a nice little triangular shape for the vent, or if you wanted this other one that has this other shape for the vent to give your bike a more distinctive look, I'll have in the description below, I will have the link directly to his Facebook page. And from there you can message him, letting him know that you saw these fairings from my video. And make sure to, in the message, when you send him a message, make sure you enter AC 2018. That'll let him know that you are one of my subscribers, and or if you haven't yet subscribed and you're just viewing this video, you don't have to be a subscriber to type in that code. You just go ahead and message him and type in AC 2018, and that'll get you some incentives on quicker shipping. And also, if you are not, if you wanted to get your fairings painted or whatnot, he will be able to paint them for you. and then ship it to you already painted in the color of your choice. Alright guys, well that concludes it. So hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, hit that like button. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe. And don't forget to hit the little notification bell. That way you guys are up to date with my latest videos when I post them. And thank you for watching.